Hello folks, it's been a week since we saw you. We're back again. I'm Summer and Rosie's going to be taking over most of the video today, which is fantastic because she's got some brilliant skills to show off. So listen, watch on, listen on, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And don't forget to like and subscribe as usual, all the usual nonsense. But anyway, over to Rosie.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to have to go into the folder that I've got the app in, or several apps in, but we're going to use the first app. So I'm going into photography folder on my
photography folder,
iPad.
12 apps.
You notice my voiceover is very slow. I slowed it down deliberately so that it would be easier for you guys to hear it. I have it 100% normally, but put it down to 50 because some people find it difficult to understand it, so I wanted to make it easy for everyone. So we're going to go in here.
Photography. Heading.
I'm not doing a lot of swiping right now because I know what it is and I just want to get where we need to be first, and then I'll slow down a little bit. So we're going into an app called Videorama. Unfortunately for us, VoiceOver really mispronounces that, but we're just going to have to deal with it, unfortunately.
Videorama.
Right, so here we are. Now we're going to double tap on this app.
Videorama. Info. Button.
Okay, so there's not a lot of voiceover feedback here. There are things that are kind of coming up on the screen, but there's not a lot of voiceover things, so we're going to have to swipe and explore and see what we've got here.
Help. Button. Select a project to edit. 32.18 minutes.
Okay, so that was one that I actually had before. I haven't deleted, but we won't bother with that one. So that would be if you had stuff there. However, if you didn't, it would just move on to what I'm about to swipe to next. So you don't need to worry about that.
Pick a project size to get started. Landscape, 16 times 9. Square, 1 times 1. Button. Portrait, 9 times 16.
Okay, so
button.
I'm going to click this one. If I'm doing... In fact, no, sorry, we're not. We're going to click
landscape, 16 times 9.
What type of video
button.
You're doing. For, like, this video, when I upload it, this will be a portrait one. But this one that I'm about to do is going to be landscape. So, here we go.
Landscape. Import media.
Okay, so this comes to the part where it gets to your camera roll. So you pick the video, and lucky for me, there's only one video there to pick. Okay, so this video is actually a video that I'm going to upload on my personal channel. So, you know, feel free to check that out afterwards. But I decided to just show you me editing this. Now this app is actually the pro version of the app, before I go any further. When you initially download it, it's a free purchase. However, if you decide to upload with it and you don't have the pro version, you can only upload, edit videos up to 3 minutes long, and 2, you'll have a trademark on it, which means it'll tell you on the video when you upload it that it's been edited by Videorama. So I have the pro version, which is a one-time purchase. It's an in-app purchase. You can buy it. And all these apps that I'm going to use today will be in the description. And if at any point I'm just going to give you an overview of how I'm editing specifically today, because there's loads of different ways to edit on these different apps. But if you want like a specific review of a specific app, if I could speak, that'd be really good. Then please just leave a good old comment and I will do that for you. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Okay, so we're going to now click on this video so that we can get it into our project.
Cancel. Button. Next button. 3:28. 3:28.
Now, as you can tell, I'm doing this slower. I usually do it quite fast, but it's not the most voiceover accessible. Like, as you can touch the screen and things like that, but it's not. It doesn't give you a lot of feedback and a lot of things that tells you what to do. You kind of have to be there on your own with that. And I've got a little bit of vision, so I also use that to help me, and you'll see that in a minute when voiceover goes off altogether. But, you know, I'm just showing you how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to go beyond this part before I actually hit next, because this would be where all your media would be, all your videos, but there's like different options you can select if you want like a photo in your video. Like if you want, you know, photos and videos in your video, there's other options. So if I swipe back past this, you'll see that too.
All albums. Button. Videos. Button. Photos. Button. Colors. Button. Pixabay. Button.
Okay, and there's nothing else, but just to
Pixabay.
check.
Button.
I don't actually know what that last one means. Okay, so now there's videos already selected, so I'm just going to hit next.
Import, cancel. Next button.
As you'll notice, you can't always just touch things. You've got to swipe to get to them, and it's quite irritating, but this is just my perspective, so this is one perspective. So here we go.
Importing. 1 projects button.
Okay, so now the video is there, ready to edit. Okay, so this part you can play the video. So if you want something to happen at a specific part of the video, then obviously you can play it and pause it. And then at that point you'd be able to put the thing in and that would be it in there. But that's a whole other different thing. So like that's a different part of the app. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do today to the video. I'm not going to go into everything specifically. I'll swipe over them and show you the options. But if you want, as I said, a specific video for that, that'll be a whole different video. Because this video is not all about this app. Okay, so let's go for it. Let's see what we've got then.
Okay, share button.
So that's actually for after you finished editing the video. So we don't need to worry about that right now.
00.0.
That is just nonsense. I don't really know what that is.
Big play icon button.
That's the bit to play the video.
Tap for options or drag to reorder.
That bit is about talking about more editing options.
Add new clip button.
Okay, now we're going into the editing options. I'm going to swipe through them all and then I'm going to go back to the one that I want.
Add texts. Image. Voice. Video FX. Sound FX. Music. Overlays. Filters. Filters.
Okay, so actually what I want to do is I want to put an image over this video. Because right now it's just a video with like nothing. It's just a black screen. Now, it's just a song cover. But I want to sort of like put an image over it of me so that people can not necessarily see like me singing, but like see an image of me, because everyone likes visuals apparently in this world. Okay, so now I'm just going to go for image. So I'm just going to tap on that with VoiceOver to make it quicker, but I have gone through it with you so you know where it is. It's the second option from the left after you get to the tap for more options and add new clip and all that.
Image.
Yep, so here we go.
Search and add image.
Now, here is a screen of thousands and thousands of images that are already in the app, because, well, if you get Pro, you get more sounds and more images and all that. That's like a whole other deal. So, as I said, Pro does cost. It's one-time purchase, but it does cost. So, not initially, but if you want the full app like I have, then it does. Okay, so I am not going to go through all those images because they're just images and they're no use to me. So I'm just going to go for the bit that says albums, and then that's where you get to access your own images, because at first I didn't actually know. But however, there's a search bar and you can like search for something if you want something specific. So I could use something for here if I wanted to. But you can if you want to. It's up to you, but I'm not going to. Okay, so let's go.
Cancel button. Albums button.
Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So we're just going to double tap on that.
Albums. Cancel button.
And now, once again, you're in your camera roll. So here you have all your photos. I've just got one, so I'm just going to tap on that for easiness sake.
Photo. The 27th of June. Photo. The 27th of June. Projects.
Okay, and now the
button.
photo is in the centre of the video. So now, this part is not very voiceover friendly. You can only do a certain part of it. You can't really make it bigger. You can kind of move it over with voiceover, but you can't really make it bigger. So at this point, I'm going to turn off voiceover. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the photo bigger and sort of try to put it in the centre as much as I can possibly do. Okay, so let's turn off voiceover.
VoiceOver off.
Okay, so now it's all over to me to speak. Right, so I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, so that's me, made it bigger, and hopefully it's in the centre. It's probably a bit squeegee, but I'm not exactly the best at centering things. And now I'm going to turn VoiceOver back on because I need to fix it before I click done.
VoiceOver on. Videorama. Projects button.
Okay, so if you wanted to save there, you would go there. But I don't, because I want to make it last the full duration of the video. Right now, it's only going to last for a second. So what I want to do is, there's a little bit that says max. So we're going to try and get to that part. And that means that the photo will be there for the entire portion of the video.
Okay. Share button.
I'm going to take it slow again, just so you can understand.
00.0. Image.
So that's the image. If you want to get rid of it, you would click on that bit and you would delete it. If you've done something wrong to your video and you wanted to get rid of something, that's where you would go.
Element view rotate and scale icon button.
That is the image itself.
Tap for options or drag to reorder. Add new clip. Duration. 03.0. Done. Button.
In case we don't want to do that yet.
Minutes. Button. Max. Button.
Okay.
Max.
You can't specifically go in and decide how long a photo is to be lasting for. I've not quite taught myself that part yet, but I just like it to last for the full thing anyway. So, although, however, the reason why I haven't trimmed it yet actually is because regardless of when you do that, there'll always be a second at the start where it's not, the photo isn't there, it's just the normal video, like the black screen of the video. And that's why I don't trim until after, because then when you trim it, it takes it off anyway. Okay, so now done's above that, so I'm just going to click on it.
Done. Button. Done. Big play icon. Button.
Okay, so now we have the video, and you can do so much more to this, but obviously that's another thing for another day. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to save it. Well, we're just going to share it to photos. Right, this is great fun. This next part will be great fun because it's not very accessible. Okay, so for quickness, I'm going to click on the OK Share button, which is at the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Projects. OK. Share.
For a
Button.
second, I had to do it by swiping, but there we go.
Resolution and FPS.
Okay, so this is a sharing screen. This part doesn't make a lot of sense to me because I don't know what resolution and FPS are. I know FPS are frames per second, but that's not, doesn't mean anything to me. It's a visual thing. Okay, so I'll just leave that alone. Okay, however, I'm going to swipe you through this screen a second and show you the wonders of accessibility on this screen, because it's not exactly wonderful. But let's explore it together.
Back. Button. Very low 360p. Button. Low 480p. Button.
All this stuff gets left alone. I don't touch it.
Medium 720p. Button. High 1080p. Button.
Okay, I think one more swipe and it'll get to the sharing screen. So these next things that it's going to say, VoiceOver is going to say, are the apps that you can share your video to.
Selected. 30 frames per second.
Sorry, after
Button.
the frames per second part.
60 frames per second.
Okay.
Button.
Now, this part. Let's have a little listen to see how accessible this part is. Here we go.
Button. 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 Button.
They are like 8 apps, I think, that you can share it to. However, good old VoiceOver is not accessible with this. So for a second, I don't use, usually, I know where the app Photos, which is what I'm sharing it to, is, because I took a screenshot once and I figured out the layout of the app and where I needed to be. However, for quickness sake, to make it slightly more accessible, I'm going to put on screen recognition for you for a second and show you.
Words. Speaking rate. Screen recognition. Off. On.
Okay. So I'm going to go on the frames per second part at the top again.
Resolution and FPS. Email. Button.
That's one of the
Mail.
random apps.
Email. But photos. Button.
It doesn't let you
photos.
swipe the same way, so
Button.
it's quite
Photo.
difficult to use it.
Resolution. Back. Low. 480p. 60 frames per second. Image.
It reads it differently to the way it reads it here.
Image. Photos.
So that's the first app, which is the app I'm going to use. But it reads it so differently, that's why I don't really like to use screen recognition. But however, if you need to read something on the screen, it is there if you need to know what it is or what it's saying. Okay, so I'm going to put it back off again.
Off.
Okay,
Containers.
and
Headings.
move the
Characters.
roller, there we go, so it doesn't annoy me. Right, so I'm going to click on Photos, which is the first one at the top left.
Button. Saving. Resolution and FPS.
Okay, now this little bit also doesn't really read you out what the notice is that it says on the screen, so I'm going to put screen recognition on for a second.
Words. Speaking rate. Screen rec. On.
Okay, and I need to actually tap on it because it's not very
Resolution
friendly.
and FPS. Saving video. 19%. This might take a while. Please do not close the app as it might corrupt your video. Tap to cancel. Button. Saving video. 22%. This might.
Okay, so I'll keep telling you things like that.
Saving video. Containers. Screen rec. Off. Containers. Headings. Characters.
Okay, moving. This is I'm doing that because I'm moving off screen recognition, so I don't put it on accidentally again. Okay, so that's basically the notice it tells you, and I had to kind of tap on that with the cursor because it doesn't really take you there because the app isn't very accessible. So screen recognition does work, but it also needs a little bit of assistance. It's not great because the app and the way the app is, it's not just straightforward to use it, and it can be quite complicated to use it actually, but it is there if you need it to be. It's just not very easy. Now this part doesn't really tell you when it's done, so it's a visual kind of thing. VoiceOver will eventually make a sound like it's about to do in a second.
Resolution and FPS.
There we go. And that means it's done. But it doesn't like audibly tell you that. Okay, so we're going to swipe again.
Back button.
To go back. Okay, so we're going to do that.
Projects.
And now
button.
we are back in our editing screen. So you could do it the other way if you wanted to. You could go this way, and I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to do it. So we're going to go to projects, as VoiceOver said.
Saving. Info. Button.
Okay, now on the screen are the projects that we've done.
3.48 minutes.
Okay.
32.18 minutes.
That's one from another day, so we're going to ignore that, and we're going to go back to the one we did today.
3.48 minutes.
Okay, so now I'm going to delete this. However, if you want to share it, you can do it through this way. If you accidentally click on projects instead of OK Share, it's just a slightly longer way to do it. Not much longer, but it is a wee bit longer. So we're going to do this.
3.48 minutes. Delete.
I had to double tap
button.
on that there. And VoiceOver jumped to delete because I've done that so many times with this. That it just jumps to delete now. But I'm going to put you on the first option just so you can have an idea of what you're actually going to do.
Edit. Button.
So if you want to, when you open the app, if you're going to edit something for the first time and it's like an old project, you would click, double tap on it, and then you would click edit, and then you'd be back in the screen that you saw me in earlier on.
Clone. Button.
That just, I've never done it, but I believe it just means it makes a replica of your project. It makes another one of it. Not sure why you'd want to do that, but you might.
Delete. Button.
Okay, so that's the one we're going to use in a minute, but I'm just going to swipe you over to the fourth option and the last one just to show you.
Share. Button.
Okay, and that's if you clicked on projects instead of OK Share, that was where you would go. And that's it would take you to the exact same screen with the inaccessible buttons. Okay, so I'm just going to go back and go to delete.
Delete.
There also is a
button.
bit that says double tap to name project if you focus VoiceOver on a certain part.
Double tap to name this project.
That bit, and you sort of got to focus it on the top of the project. It's kind of weird, and it doesn't really work. I've never found it to work. And it means you can call it something, but I've never really... You can do it without VoiceOver. If you put VoiceOver off and tap it and then put VoiceOver on, it would work. But I don't need it, so I'm not going to use it. But it will work if you do it. It just doesn't work with VoiceOver. Okay, so let's delete this.
Delete. Delete. Alert. Are you sure you want to delete? Cancel. Delete.
And yes,
button.
I am sure I want to delete, so I'm going to get rid of it.
32.18 minutes.
Now, usually at this point, you would have nothing left if you didn't have anything left, and it would take you back to the screen, which it still has, like the landscape and the portrait and all that. Still at the bottom, it's just because there's a project there, it's sort of before it, but I'm not going to delete that because that's another thing. However, you could if you wanted to. Okay, so that is the first part of the editing done. So now we're going to go into the Photos app and we're going to trim the video. Okay, so I'm going to join you in a second because I'm going to stop this and come back with you once we're in the Photos app. So, okay, so we're now in the Photos app. We're actually in the the video that I'm going to edit today. Now, I'm not actually going to preview any of the video in the video, if you know what I mean, while I'm editing it at any capacity, because I'm just not. So I've already listened to it and I need to know, for this part we're going to trim. This is why we're using the Photos app. I've already listened to it and I figured out how much needs to come off. For this one, it's actually quite an easy edit, but I'm going to show you like what you would do anyway. I'm not going to like sit and preview it. I'm just going to show you how you'd actually do it. But for me, I just play the video, listen to the start, see how much it like needs. Like I listen to it, listen for the song starting, and then I think, okay, how much does it need off? And then I like flip through the end, I put VoiceOver off and I sort of skip through it with VoiceOver off. Like I usually sort of slide a bit at the bottom and I like swipe it to the left quite rapidly. And then towards the end, and I stop it near the end so I can roughly decide how much needs to come off. And sometimes that takes a few tries, but that's how I do it. But I'm not going to preview that because that could cause some complications and we're not going to go there. And it obviously kind of makes it drag on a little bit. Okay, so we're actually going to go on to doing it now. So we're going to trim it. So I'm not going to bother taking you through the photo screen because that's a photo screen. I'm just going to take you to the bit we need to be at, which is edit. Okay, I'll take you through the editing part of photos, but I'm not taking you through the actual photos because that's just not really my forte at the moment. So edit, top right.
Delete. Edit. Button.
Okay, sometimes I get mixed up, but if you just swipe to the left or right, then you'll sort of orientate yourself. Okay, so we're just going to double tap on this.
Cancel. Button.
Okay, so here we have the good old photos editing screen. So I'm just going to walk you through this, or well, VoiceOver can talk you through this, whatever. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do to this. So I'll let VoiceOver talk for now.
Volume. Unmuted. Button. Video.
Okay, so that's just the video. It's in the centre of the screen.
Enter full screen. Button.
And if you want to make it bigger, then you would just do that. Right now it's small, so that it can fit all the controls and everything around it.
Done. Dimmed. Button.
The reason why it's dimmed is because we've not done anything to it yet. So in that case, you would click cancel because nothing's been done. Nothing's been done. Haha. So funny. Anyway, let's move on before you get bored with my weird humour.
Selected. Video. Button.
Okay, so that's like the video itself.
Adjust. Button.
Okay, so these all are like sub-menus and they take you to different parts. Again, although this is not exactly like an external app, if you want me to sort of do a review of the editing functions on the Photos app, I can do that. My strong point is definitely within the field I'm doing today, which is the trimming area. But I will certainly explore it for you and I'll certainly like look at it. And there's certain things I do know how to do in it. You know, so if you want an actual review of this as well as the other apps, again, just leave a wee comment down below and I'll get back to you and that can be arranged. Right, so let's continue.
Filters. Button. Crop. Button. Play. Button.
Okay, so that's to play the video if you want to hear it.
Media scrubber. Duration. 3 minutes. 28 seconds. Keyframe. 3 minutes. 28 seconds.
Not sure what that means. I think it just tells you the duration of the video, which is how long it means, how long it lasts. Goodness me.
Start. 0 seconds.
So this is
Adjustable.
one of the parts we're going
Image.
to need in a minute. I'm going to skip past this now, but we're going to need that.
Keyframe. 3 minutes. 28 seconds. Adjustable. End. 3 minutes. 28 seconds. Adjustable. Image. Play. Button.
Don't know why there's another says play at the end.
Media scrubber. Duration. 3 minutes. Start. 0 second. Keyframe. End. End. Adjustable.
I don't know why it went over some of
Image.
the controls again because there's no need for it to do that. But anyway, okay, so all we need to worry about is the start and the end. VoiceOver's been bullying me, but anyway, we don't worry about it. Right, so you can take off literally anything. All you need to do with these things, for the start, you swipe up to get rid of seconds. For the end, you swipe down to get rid of seconds. So for this one, actually, we need to take off one from each end. However, I'm just going to quickly show you what it's like to do multiple ones, but then I'll get rid of it. Okay, so here we are. I'm just going to go to the start, jump to start for the quicknesses of it.
Start. 0 seconds. Adjustable. Image.
It says adjustable. If you have your hints on, it will probably tell you to swipe up or down or something like that. However, I don't because my hints drive me mental. So you just swipe up. And if you're like, oops, I've taken off too many seconds, you just swipe down. Same as if you're at the end and you swipe down to take off seconds and you're like, oops, I've taken off too many, then you swipe up to add them back on. If you've not clicked done. If you click done, then that's, yeah, you can kind of go back, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more than I have to, just to show you what it's actually like. Okay.
0 seconds. Keyframe. 1 second.
I don't know why it was being dodgy, but it was. Just sometimes you need to refocus it.
1 second. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
know why it's doing
3
that to me.
seconds.
Anyway, I'm not going to take any more off than that because VoiceOver seems to have a little tantrum at the moment, but usually it will just go quicker than that, but I think it's because my VoiceOver slowed down, I'm not sure. But it's not liking me. Okay, so I don't actually want 3 seconds off, I just want 1 second off, so therefore I'm going to swipe back down again.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Start. 0 seconds.
Right, sorry,
Adjustable.
I don't know.
Image.
It's lost focus, hold on.
Start. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds.
There we go, that's not working now. I think it was VoiceOver was on the wrong bit of the focus. I don't know why it was doing that. But anyway, that's just a little malfunction. But just to show you that sometimes it doesn't always go right. But I'm not exactly going to go and edit that out. Okay, so as I said, I don't want 3 seconds or whatever that said there. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to swipe back down again. I was swiping up there because it wasn't working. So just to show you.
2 seconds. 1 second.
Oh, right. So I've taken off 1 second. Okay, now I'm going to jump to the end. And instead of swiping up with 1 finger this time, I'm going to swipe down with 1 finger.
End. 3 minutes. 28 seconds. Adjustable. Image.
Okay, so you're looking for it to say that rather than whatever it was saying before. I think it did say it before and it jumped away. It lost focus because it says that in like several bits. If you swipe, it says that a couple of times, so you need to make sure you get it on the right one, which is kind of awkward. But it just shows you. VoiceOver likes to make it difficult sometimes for you. Okay, so we're going to swipe down a couple times.
3 minutes. 27 seconds. 3 minutes. 26 seconds.
Okay, okay, so as I said, I actually only want 1 second off, so I'm going to swipe back up to put that second back on there.
3 minutes. 27 seconds.
I'm just showing you this way because I'm not going to sit and edit it and then save it and then edit it and save it. I'm just going to show you once. And then if it needs edited again from there, which I'm not sure it will, then I'll just edit it myself. I'm just showing you a quick view of it. It's just because I don't want it to drag on because it's the same thing over and over again. Okay, so now we're going to click done, which is the top right. So we're going to do that for quickness because I don't want to be here forever. So, you know, as I said, if you want a specific video for this app, then I'll do that. But and this app, obviously, for obvious reasons, will not be in the the video description. Sorry, you can tell where my mind is at today. Because it's an Apple app. Well, one of the apps I'm about to use in a minute is also an Apple app, but because it's an app on the phone, you can't really you can't get it. You probably, if you're using an iPhone, which is what I'm using, well, I'm using my iPad actually, but iPhone or iPad come up with this, which we find anyway, you'll have the Photos app, so you don't need to worry about that, but I'm just explaining for people that are like really confused, because I'm not exactly the most easiest person sometimes. Anyway, besides the point, we're going to go done. Click done.
Done. Button.
Okay, now we're going to listen to VoiceOver once I do this.
Save video. Button.
Okay, this is very, 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 very important. If you save your video now and you have, for example, taken too much off, if you've taken too little off, it's fine because you can redo it. However, if you save your video now and you've taken too much off your video, you can't go back. You have to delete it, and like, I don't even know how you would do it. I think you would need to try and find your original video, which it could be complicated. You might be able to get it recently deleted. I don't know. I don't do that because I don't work with that. I know how recently deleted works. I'm just saying because you save it, it saves as your original video. So it's kind of complicated to get your original video back. So don't do that, whatever you do. Unless you're taking off a big chunk and you know that it's not too much, then yes, obviously that's fine. But if you take off too much at the start, you're kind of let's just say you're kind of, I guess, sorry, couldn't think of another word. I'm gonna have to bleep that out in a minute. Anyway, right, so right, we're gonna move on now. So you want to swipe to the next option.
Save video as new clip. Button.
So you want to resave this. So if you realise, whoops, I've actually taken too much off, you can just delete this clip of it, like this video, and you'll be back at your original video again, or the previous video. Okay, so we're going to do it this way, in case I was a donut and took off too little or too much.
Cancel. Button. Video.
Okay, and now here we
Actions
are,
available.
back in Photos again. Okay, so now I'm going to join you in the next app that we're going to use. You'll be like, Rosie, how many apps are you using here? Another 2. That's how many. Okay, so I'm going to go now. And I'll be back in a minute to show you the next app, which is like a tiny little thing. Again, I'll talk about that when it comes to it, but I can review that as well. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're back again, and now we're going to go into another app called iMovie. Once again, this app will be in the description, so if you want me to do a complete review of it on its own, please do let me know. It's a free app. You can download it from the App Store. Sometimes it's already on your device. It's actually an Apple app itself. And it's great. It's a really good app. Today, I'm not really going to touch much on it at all because I don't have a lot to do in this specific video. I will kind of go for some of the options of it, but if you want an actual review, please let me know. Okay, so we're going to go again into our good old photography folder, and I'm just going to tap on it again for quickness because we don't have all day.
Screen dim. Photography folder. 12 apps.
As you can tell, my iPad's already disinterested in me. For goodness sake, iPad, come on. Right, here we go.
iMovie. iMovie. Toolbar. Projects.
Okay, so here we go. I believe that would be if you have any projects, I think. But I don't right now. So I'm going to take you through the little screen, the intro screen that you get when you open the app. Right, let's go.
Import projects. Trailers and media. Button.
never really done that, so, you know, if that's something you want to... If it's part of the review, obviously I'll do all the stuff. So if you want a review of it, please let me know, and I can also explore some things.
No projects.
That just says there's nothing there yet. Okay, so that's fine. So we've got nothing to edit yet, but we're going to take you through the menu, and then we'll have something to edit in a minute.
Start new project button.
You can do it that way, but it's just a long-winded way because the menu's literally right in front of you, so there's no point in doing that because it'll take you the same place. Okay, so let's keep swiping.
Button.
Not sure what that is, but inaccessible, but anyway.
Magic movie. Choose your media, apply a style, and let iMovie create a movie for you.
Never used it. I think it's a new thing, so I'm not sure what that is.
Storyboard. Use beautiful templates to easily create a video or movie trailer.
Once again, I have never used that one because it's a new thing. Okay, so now we're going to swipe to the third option to the right, which is the last one and the one we're going to use.
Movie. Make a movie from scratch with the iMovie timeline.
This one. Okay, so that's the simplest one, I would say. And we're going to use it. Basically, all we're doing, it says it's a movie, but because obviously the app is based on that, but it's just a video. So.
iMovie. Media. Back button.
Okay, so now you're in your media screen of things that you can put into it, like photos and videos. So I'm just going to, for quickness, tap on the video we're going to use today.
Created the 2nd of July, 2022. Duration 3 minutes 26, 9 seconds. Adult. Television. 3:20. Created the 2nd of July, 2022. Duration. Created the 2nd of July, 2022. Created the 2nd. Toolbar. Create movie.
Funnily enough, the two videos are the first two parts of this video that I'm going to upload. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to click on Create Movie, and it's just going to bring us into a similar sort of screen as Videorama. It's a project screen again.
Return to project lists button.
That's the equivalent of projects. In Videorama, it will take you to the project list. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So you can choose what to do basically. Okay, so we'll do that in a bit. Right, so I'm going to swipe you through the screen. There's not a lot we're going to do here, so mainly it will be just me showing you off things. But if you want a full review, just tell me.
My movie.
Okay, so that's just a video.
Show help button.
So if you don't really know where to go with it and how to edit it, you can go in there.
Edit project properties button.
We're going to go in there in a minute because that's actually where the thing is that I want to do. However, I'm not going to go there yet.
Insert media button.
That's if you want to add more clips to it as well. You can do things like that in Videorama. It's the equivalent of add new clip in Videorama. So you can do that. There's similar things in these apps. I use them for different things. There's things that they can both do, but there's definitely things that I use specific apps for. But that's for their own individual reviews. So let's keep on going.
Created the 2nd of July, 2022. Duration 3 minutes 26, 9 seconds.
I'm not sure why it reads it in that way. It's weird. Don't get it. That's just basically the video timeline. I've had several clips. So that's like the first clip because it's the only clip that's here. But otherwise there'd be other ones like sitting below or above that. So that's not really anything to worry about. That is confusing. That's confusing to me. Even, so we're not going to go there. Okay, let's keep going.
3:26.9.
I'm not sure what that is.
Record VoiceOver button.
Okay, so that's an option you can do. So we're not going to go there right now.
Take video or photo button.
You can add other things to it.
Previous clip button.
That would be if there was like multiple clips in the thing.
Play button.
That's to play your video.
Undo dimmed button.
That's just to undo a change you may have made. It's dimmed because we've not done anything.
Show or hide audio waveforms button.
And that's to do with I think it's an audio thing. I can't actually remember. I've not done it in a while. But again, if you want me to review it, I'll need to actually remember what things are.
Show or hide audio
waveforms so there we are.
Button.
So I'm going to skip back to edit project properties. Now this little screen that I'm about to go into is a wee bit complicated because it takes you through different sort of themes and things you can do. So I'm going to take you the long way actually today. I don't like doing it this way, but obviously when I'm doing a video, I'd like to show you. I'm not going to go into detail on anything because that's not what I'm here for, but since I'm getting through everything slower today, I'll do that. Okay, so let's jump here.
Edit project properties. But toolbar, project settings.
Okay, so let's just keep swiping. until we get to where I want to be.
Project filter. Selected. None. Comic.
These are just things that make it look different. I don't touch any of these things. I usually just skip to where I want to be, but today I'll show you everything that's in this menu.
Comic mono. Ink. B&W. Blast. Blockbuster. Blue. Camo. Dreamy. Dual tone. Silent era. Vintage. Western. Theme. Modern. Bright. Playful. Neon. Travel. Selected. Simple. News.
I don't touch any of that.
Theme soundtrack. Switch button. Off.
Okay, so this is where I need to be. This, obviously, I'm not going to touch that button, but this little menu is the one I want. Okay, so let's keep swiping.
Fade in from black. Switch button. Off.
I don't want that one either. I want the opposite of that. I want fade out to black, which is the next one. Because if you want to fade in from black, it means it starts on black. I want it to end on black, because a lot of videos do that, and I think it's cool. Especially for my covers. So I'm going to do that one. I'm going to go to the next one.
Fade up to black. Switch button. Off.
I'm going to double tap on that one.
On.
Okay, and I'm going to swipe again to show you the last option.
Speed changes pitch. Switch button. On. Speed changes
Okay.
pitch. Switch button. On.
Now you sort of have to go over sort of to the left of that menu, because that menu's sort of in the right, and just sort of tap on the screen until it says dismiss pop up, and then you can kind of get over it. There's not a specific thing to do that, so.
Dismiss pop up.
Okay.
Return to project lists. Button.
All right. So now we're going to do that. We're going to return to the project list, because we want to save this video now to photos, as we did with Videorama. So here we go.
Return to iMovie. Back. Button.
Okay, so I'm going to swipe you through this quickly.
Video. Play. Button. My movie. Button.
You can edit that text too if you want to. Rename it something.
3 minutes 27 seconds. Bullet the 2nd of July, 2022. Edit. Button.
Okay, so that's if you want to go back and edit again. If you accidentally click that and you're like, oh no, I want to be back in editing screen, you'd click that.
Play. Button. Share. Button. Delete. Button.
Okay, so we're going to go with share. We'll do delete in a minute once it is shared, but we're going to go to share.
Share. Button. My movie. Video. Heading.
Okay, so
Actions available.
for quickness, I'm just going to hit on... I'm going to show you the options we have,
AirDrop. Button.
but I won't take you through them all because there's so many. But it's just basically different apps, like a normal share screen. But I'm just going to click on save video,
Save video. Button.
which is, if you keep swiping my voiceover, you'll get there. Okay, as I said, if I do a review, then I'll show you that, but I'm not going to do that right now because there's so many apps on my device, and some of them, I don't know which one's it's going to display, so like I don't want people to know what social media apps I have. Thank you very much. I don't want you to, you know... I mean, you can do it if you want. I'd just rather you wouldn't. Like to keep that my life private. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's double tap on this.
Alert. Battery level is low for sharing. It is recommended to plug your device into a power source.
We don't need to do that. It just tells you that because my battery's dying on me. But anyway.
Cancel. Continue. Button. Exporting movie.
Okay, you should just get the exporting movie part. But obviously my iPad's crying about it because it's charged. Okay, so now we just have to wait. Doesn't take too long though. Come on now, you know you want to do it. It's nearly done. The slider's nearly there. I'll come up and tell you once it's done. Only Videorama, it doesn't.
Alert. The movie was exported to your photo library. Okay. Button.
Okay.
Video.
So now we're back in that bit with the share, delete and all that. So I'm just going to click delete for
Delete.
quickness.
Alert. Delete project. Delete project.
Okay.
Storyboard.
And now we are back
Use
again.
beautiful
in the-
templates.
Excuse me, voiceover. Thank you. Now we're back again in the screen that you get when you first open the app. Okay, so I'm now going to go again, and I'm going to show you the last app that I use. I don't use it in all my edits. I'm only using it simply because I'm doing a cover. Otherwise, it would stop here, and that would be it. So for a lot of people, this is where you might stop. So, you know, feel free to, you know, not watch the next part. But the next part is basically an audio editing app for my vocals. So I'm just letting you know that you might not need that, but it's going to be there anyway. So I'm just going to stop this for now, and I'm going to be back in the app. Okay, so here we are for the last little editing part. As I said before, typically if you're editing a video you might not need this, but however I am editing a cover for my own personal channel, which will be linked in the description. Just a little side note there. So I'm going to use an audio app to edit the vocals and the track. Once again with this, I am not going to preview any of the video in this video because I'm not. That's a bit complicated. There will be a part when I'm putting the video into Voloco, which is the app I'm about to use, which VoiceOver can never pronounce because it pronounces Voloco, but anyway, that it will start to play. Excuse me, VoiceOver. Thank you very, very much. Okay, I just had to tap on an app there to get it to stop. Okay. So there will be a part where it'll start to play the video, but I'll cut it off quickly. Not that it'll do it, and I just don't want to cause problems. Okay, so I've previewed it already, and I know what needs to be done to it. I'll take you through the menu quickly. As I said with all my other apps, they'll be linked in the description, apart from photos, because it can't be. And anyone that you want reviewed, if any, maybe all of them, put me a comment down below. Tell me what one you want reviewed, and I'll review it for you. Okay, so let's get started. This app is just sitting out. It's not in a folder. It's called Voloco. So here we go. This app is a paid app.
Screen dimmed.
Excuse me, VoiceOver. I'm trying to speak. Thank you. Anyway, sorry. VoiceOver's been very rude today because my iPad is dying on me. Anyway, so this app, again, is a free download. However, I just got... You can get like a subscription like monthly if you want to. I think there's also a weekly one. But I got the annual one, and it's... I'm not going to name the price, but it's not that expensive for an annual one. Unfortunately, it's not just a one-time purchase. It is annually, but that's why I got it, because it's the one price, but it's every year, so it's not coming out every month, because I've already got enough coming out of my bank every month. I'm sure you all do as well. Okay, so, again, you know, it's kind of an in-app purchase, so I'm just letting you know that initially, thank you, VoiceOver, for your input once again. Initially, it's a free purchase, but there is an in-app purchase to make the app slightly better for you. And that's what I've got today. Okay, so here we go. Try and make this quick because my iPad's killing my brain. Right, here we go. It's called Voloco, but VoiceOver pronounces it Voloco. So here we go.
Voloco.
Okay, so here we go. And we go.
Voloco. Search button.
There's a lot to this app, and there's a lot on the screen right now, and I'm not going to take you through it because there's thousands and thousands of different like beats and things. Obviously, if I'm reviewing it, I will take you through a portion of it, but I'm not even going to go there right now. So we're just going to go to the tab bar at the bottom. So I'm going to take you to the bottom left.
Tab bar selected. Discover. Tab 1 of 3.
Okay, so we're going to swipe again because we don't want that one. That's the one we're in.
Get started. Tab 2 of 3.
That's one we're going to do in a minute, but there's another tab. I'm just going to show you that one.
Recordings. Tab 3 of 3. And
that's basically once you edit them, the edit recordings, you can save them in there and you can keep them. Okay, so we're going to swipe back again and we're going to get to the Get Started tab.
Get Started. Tab 2 of 3. Import button.
Okay, so there's a few options here. I'm going to quickly take you through them.
Record video button. Record audio button. Close button.
Okay, that's close, not close. Close. Okay, so I'm just going to do import.
Import. But alert. Import.
Okay, so I'm going to swipe you through the menu.
Select a video or audio file from the sources below. Camera roll. But iTunes. Button. Files. Button. Files.
Okay, so we're going to go
button.
camera roll.
Select a video. Camera roll. But camera roll. Cancel. Button.
Okay, so I've got a couple of videos. A lot of them are the other clips of this video. And the other one is the cover. So I'm just going to
video.
tap
60
on that.
video.
Okay, so I'm going to take you to the screen here.
Edit video. Use these to apply effects to your video. As is. Only select this option for videos with no instrumentals.
So if you had an acapella video, you would do that. I've never actually used the option, so I don't know what it's like. I always go for the next option, which is the one I'm going to use today.
Separate and edit. Use this option if your video has instrumentals.
Okay,
this
so
may take a while.
It's going to go into a menu. It's going to start doing different things. VoiceOver won't really tell you what it's doing. It tells you for the first one, and then it will just show you visually unless you like focus VoiceOver on it. Okay, so I'm going to do that for you as it's doing it, just for quickness, to show you.
Importing media in progress. Importing media complete. Demuxing in progress.
That's complete now.
Demuxing complete. Uploading in progress.
I'm just tapping on them as and when they are complete or finished or whatever. Or moving on.
Uploading complete. Separating vocals in progress.
Okay, I'm going to get ready in a minute for...
Separating vocals complete. But. Pause. Play.
Pause that, thank you. Okay, just a little bit of piano anyway, that's not a big deal. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to quickly take you through these menus, and then I'm just going to do what I need to do to the video, and then I'm going to share it, but I'm not going to share it in this video because I don't want to bring up my personal information. But I'll talk about that when it gets there. Right, so if I actually go, that's the play button, which is in the middle of the screen. I'm going to actually go right to the top left of the screen to the back button right now.
Back button.
And I'm going to take you through. I just had to pause that because I didn't want it to sing along to you, because that's not we're not there for that yet. If you want to watch that, go over to my personal channel and watch that. Thank you very much. I'd really appreciate it. Right, let's move on.
Edit. Heading.
So I'm just swiping through the options here.
Next button.
So that's once we're finished. So that's once you've edited it.
Button. Skip back. Button.
Okay, so that's if you want to go back a little bit in your video.
Play. Button. Crop. Button.
I think that just turns it around.
1 second. 1%. Adjustable.
That's just telling you how much far through your video you are.
Key. Button.
Okay, and these are the things that I'm not going to go into detail about. But as I said, if you want a review, I will.
Effect. Button. Mix. Button. EQ. Button. EQ.
Okay.
Button.
So what I'm going to go and do now is I'm going to go into the effects thing and fix the
Effect.
tuning
Button.
on my voice.
Close. Button.
Okay, so I'm going to take you through the menu. Here, that there is,
Starter.
which is the one we're on. In fact, I'm just going to take you through the starter menu. I'm not going to go into the other one.
Reset. Button. Selected. Hard tune. Natural tune. Super vocoder. Big chorus. Clean. Starter. Effect pack. Button.
That's the one we're on. And to the right is all the ones which, since they're on the screen just now, I'll just go through them. I'm not going to click on them, I'm just going to go through them. These are the ones that you get if you pay for the app.
Modern Rap I. Effects pack. Button. Modern Rap 2. Effects pack. Button. P-Tane. Effects pack. Button. Talkbox. Effects pack. Button. Spooky. Effects pack. Button. LOL. Effects pack. Button. Sitar Hero. Effects pack. Button.
And for the record, I've never used any of these other ones. I'm just on the start one just now because I don't have any interest right now in using anything else. So I'm just going to go for clean, which was the auto-tune option in this one. So I'm going to do that.
Big chorus. Clean. Button. Selected. Clean.
And then there's like a close button sort of up above the thing. It's like in the middle, so I'm going to click that. Excuse me, can you work? Thank you.
Close. Button.
Appreciate you. Right. Okay, so we're going to go back out there and we're going to end up in the menu we were in before.
Back button.
Right, now we're going to go to mix. And we're going to put the vocals up a bit, probably. I would imagine. And then sort of adjust like the backing track and things like that. I have listened to it a little bit. I've not really listened to see how loud it is, but I'm going to just guess just now, just for this video's sake. I would imagine the vocals need to be turned up anyway, so we're just going to do it for the video's sake anyway, because I usually have to turn up the vocals. We'll not bother turning up the track and anything. I'll show you how it would be done. It's the same way as the vocals, but I'm going to turn up the vocals in this video for you. Seems so lovely. I'm going to do that for you. Right, okay, so now we're going to go mix.
Effect. Mix. Button.
Okay.
Close. Button.
This can be a little complicated, but we don't need to understand it. We just need to know what to do. Right, so let's go.
Mix. Vocals. 0.0 dB.
Stands for decibels, just the sound it is. I don't really understand what that means, but it's a thing.
79%. Adjustable.
Okay, So I don't know why it puts it at that thing, but that's like the default thing it puts it at. So I'm just going to swipe it with one finger. Again, if you wanted to swipe, make it quieter, you'd swipe down, and it's the same for the track. If you want it to be louder, you swipe up. If you want it to be quieter, you swipe down. So I'm going to swipe up just once.
89%.
All right, okay, and then I'm just going to swipe to the right to show you the track.
Backing track. 0.0 dB. 79%. Adjustable.
I'm just going
Adjustable.
to leave it alone. I'm going to go to close again. It's just the same as it was last time.
Close. Button. Back button.
Okay, and one more thing before we obviously go and share this. What I'm going to do is I am going to go into the EQ, but I'm not going to do the EQ part. I'm going to go do the reverb within that, but that's what it's under.
Mix. EQ. Button.
Okay,
Close. Button.
so I'm going to change the tab first because I don't actually want to see what EQ has to offer. It's probably similar, but
Compressor. Reverb.
these are just little tabs, like the same as like the effects thing. They're beside them. So I'm going to go into this one.
Select. Reverb.
I'm going to put it in the first option, which is kind of nearly to anyway.
Bypass. Button. Stereo width. Button. Large hall. Button. Selected. Small club. Button. Long and narrow. Button. Cathedral.
And this is what I'm
Button.
going to select.
Selected. Cathedral.
Select that one.
Medium room. Button. EQ.
Okay, and that's wanting you to go in that tab, which I'm not going to do, so I'm just going to go close.
Close. Button. Back button.
Okay, so now we're going to do next, which is at the top right, and then this is where we'll share it. Okay,
Next button. Processing audio.
so it's going to do this. It might take a little bit of time. If I swipe right,
This may take some time. Encoding.
and it changed to the top, but it doesn't actually tell you voiceovers, you have to tap on it. But it still says this may take a while at the bottom, that bit doesn't change. Okay,
Ed, pause,
so let's stop
play.
that from playing. And now I am going to swipe. I'll show you, I'll swipe left.
Skip
for a
back.
second.
But 1%. Skip
Now we'll
back.
swipe right
Play.
again.
Share. Button.
Now I'm not going to click share in this video because it will take you to the share screen, and I don't want it to because it's got apps that I particularly use, and not that I'm like, you know, you can see them if you want to. If I'm doing a review, obviously you will, but it's just because I don't want to keep that private for this current moment in time until you actually need to see it. Okay, so then all you would do is you would click on share, and then there's a bit where it says, I think it says save video or something like that. And then you click on that, it would just save it, and then it would take you back to this screen again, and then you would, or you could click on one of your apps and share it to there. Again, if I'm doing a review on it, I'll actually show you, but I'm not going to click on it for this moment in time because I'm not showing you my private apps that I have. But if I'm doing a review, I'll have to, but that's a thing we can come to at the time. I'm just doing an overview today, so that's how I'm doing that way. Okay, so then you would do that, and it would just return to that screen, and then you could just close the app again, and that would be you. It would be in your photos. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and Summer will give you an outro, but that's it for me today.
So, I hope you enjoyed today's video and hopefully learned a couple of things and learned about what Rosie's editing skills have to offer and how amazing it is. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up a thing or two and maybe edit your own video or learn about what kind of apps are out there to edit your own videos. And all the usual shenanigans, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Get it famous with your pals, all your pals and whatever. Even maybe get your dog watching, who knows. But hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you fairly soon. Bye.